Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Potsmoker's Bible. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I get my name and authority. It comes from the Ketuvim, or Old Testament, of the Christian Bible. I use the King James Version of the Bible in order to put together the prophecy of Israel, and I call it the Book of Zion. In order to publish the Book of Zion, I had to write a second book, the commentary. I call it the Potsmoker's Bible. And today I am reading to you from the fourth chapter of the Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the second chapter of the Book of Zion. And it goes like this. Chapter 2 of the prophecy tells us how God sealed the book and how to unravel the mystery. It says clearly that its meaning will be unclear until the people of Zion come to fulfill it. Then it will be solved, but only by someone who is of Zion. The people of Zion would be the people who would be led to the truth without knowing what they were doing. These people would find the hidden key to the prophecy and would therefore inadvertently reestablish communication with the gray. The gray withdrew from our lives, and our ability to hear them went into disuse. The means to allow that communication was hidden so that no one would be able to use it and break the isolation. When the generation that knew and communicated with the gray died, they took the knowledge given to them from on high with them, and it was lost. That knowledge was crucial to communications with the gray. The new priesthood of Zion solves the mystery by finding the lost means to communicate with God. It is as if we were asleep. The part of our brains wired into the gray brain was submerged. The humans simply lost the ability to both hear and speak to the gray. Once we lost that ability, and the knowledge of how to use that part of our brain was lost, we became sleepwalkers. Our gray half resting dormant. We are told that the people of Zion would be awakened. They would find the missing key to reawaken the dormant gray brain. We would once again be able to both hear and speak to the gray aliens. This chapter also tells the awakened Zionite people that the prophecy was scrambled, the message given in bits and pieces, so that it would be impossible to figure the message out without the missing key. But that once that key was found, the meaning to the text would become crystal clear. And once the Zionite people discover the key, they will solve the mystery and claim their rightful place in society, a place called the Kingdom of Zion. Their job, that of communications with God as human intermediaries, would begin. But until the priesthood of Zion awakened, the book would be sealed, forever unsolvable, until the Ancient of Days come, and the Zionite saints of the Most High possess the kingdom. That Ancient of Days refers to the clones of our ancient gods. The saints of the Most High refers to the Zionite priests who have paid the price charged by this society for possessing the key to the kingdom of Zion. It is at this time that the mystery of prophecy would be solved. The language of the priesthood would clarify the correct order of the prophetic text. The events portrayed would be evident to the saints, and it will signify the time for their ascension. They are to possess the kingdom. This event, the birth of the kingdom of Zion, is to be a shockingly quick event in a single day. It is a day of vengeance against those who have violated the laws, and brought harm to the saints of Zion. The year of just compensation to the nation, a year of controversy over the creation of that nation, the nation of Zion. All of this is foretold as evidence. The prophets of Israel knew this. The Jewish religion celebrates this future event. The Grey always inform us before an act takes place. They tell the priests, the prophets, who in turn inform mankind of what is going to happen, so that there can be no confusion. The chapter closes with a verse that tells us that the events foretold would be strange and weird. The public would not be expecting the truth to be so far from their expectations. When this event occurs, it will shock the public and awe the people of Zion. The first passage of chapter 2, the closed book, begins with Isaiah 29:10-12, which becomes Zion 2:1-3. For the Lord has poured upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and has closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, hath he covered. And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, Read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed. And the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, Read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I am not learned. This passage says that the Grey have put to sleep the alien part of our brain. Our minds can no longer function in such a way that we can perceive God. God is just gone. We are asleep. Like zombies, we wander through life. We aren't even aware that we have lost a vital part of ourselves. We are told that no one among us can understand the prophecy or what we now lack in our brains. The knowledge isn't clear. No matter how learned a man is, without that sleeping part of the brain to interpret the text, the book is sealed, our isolation from God complete, the mystery unsolvable. Habakkuk 2:2 becomes Zion 2:4. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Habakkuk 2:2 tells the human race that we must wait for the time of the prophecy to understand the text. But we are told that when that time does come, there will be no doubt as to the truth of the matter. The events will play out so true to the text that it will become self-evident. We are told that it will be a long wait until the events begin, but that the day will come. Almost 3,000 years have passed since the prophet Isaiah began to foretell the events that are already in progress. Isaiah 28:10, Zion 2:5. For precept must be upon precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little, there a little. Isaiah 28:10 reminds us that the prophecy is written line by line, so that its clarification would be easily explained. By separating the content of the prophecy into bits and pieces, the Grey created a self-fulfilling story. All of the elements required to enact the events were isolated, allowing for misinterpretation by those destined to destroy themselves through it, while at the same time presenting an easily understood scenario to those able to understand its unique language. Daniel 7:22, Zion 2:6. Until the Ancient of Days came, and the judgment was given to the saints of the Most High, and the time came that the saints possessed the kingdom. The next verse, Daniel 7:22, describes the moment of clarity for the people of Zion. It tells us that the clones of the ancient gods would return at that time. The saints of the Most High would find the evidence left for them to use to overcome their oppressors and win for themselves their promised homeland. This verse is the first time that the event of first contact is mentioned. The Ancient of Days returns, the ancient God. The chosen people of Zion are to use the prophecy to bring the fabled judgment day. That judgment grants them the status of a nation. They are to possess the kingdom, having won it by judgment. Isaiah 34:8, Zion 2:7. For it is a day of the Lord's vengeance, and the year of the recompense for the controversy of Zion. Isaiah 34:8 warns the wicked, who lose the case brought against them, that this judgment day is a day of vengeance. They have clearly pissed off the gray, and now they will suffer the consequences of that loss. We are told those consequences are dire. The wicked who lose in the trial of judgment have angered the gray, for it is a day of vengeance, a day when humanity must pay the price for their foolish actions, a day when the wicked are forced to pay for their crimes. It's also a year of recompense. The people of Zion have won the day. The hard bondage that they have endured is at an end, and they are to be compensated for their losses. They are given the right to, uh, to nationhood. They are given their promised homeland. The nations of the world must reimburse them for the damages done to them. This judgment day and year of recompense sets the stage for the year-long controversy as the world argues the validity of the prophecy and the rights of the people known as Zion. It is known as the year of the controversy of Zion. The controversy will be a very public debate as to the validity of the prophecy itself, as set forth by the woman known as Zion. They will argue about each verse of text, the order in which it appears, and her interpretation of it. They will also debate her identity, her right to enact prophecy. This will be a very public debate. The debate will also be about who or what is God. The arrival of the gray clones and their hybrid human children will be such a shocking event that it will call into question every opposing religious belief. All false gods and their fabled religions will struggle in vain to disprove the prophecy, as the ignorant reel from the shock of first contact and the creation of the nation of Zion. Amos 3:7 is where we will begin next time, because I do not want to go over, and I just don't have time to finish. So, I'm going to leave off here, and may the Great watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. And may they teach you right from wrong. May you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, and light, the unicorn way. Find your joy. Pursue it. Make that your life. Let's spread the joy. I want you all to stay happy and high. Because after all, you have every right and reason to. All you have to do is read the Bible. It tells you there, in plain words, if you know the language it speaks. And that language we call slang. So until next time, I want you all to know that I love you, each and every one, and that soon we'll be together, free, safe, with a glorious future ahead of us. So until then, I'm going to say later now, because I never say goodbye.